on. Let me get this set up here. Make sure it's going right. Okay, well, it looks like we are good. Okay. So, welcome back. This is welcome back to a welcome back to a truly horrible experience on my part. Uh-oh. So let me see if I can fix this. No, I can't. Oh, okay. So, no. Yeah, this is crap. Okay, display is really messing up here. Oh, why is it? It only does this when I actually start the stream. Okay. Crap. Now it's out of alignment. It looks awful. Okay. You know what? Okay. This is the best it's gonna get. Are you all gonna be okay with this? I hope you all are gonna be okay with this. Please check the current open widget. It wants me to open a widget. Please check the widget, which is not optimal. Stream is healthy. Okay. Well, it seems like this is seems like we're doing pretty good right now. Let me go on to the thing here. Okay, so my mic appears to be working and everything. So we're good. All right. How have you all been, ladies and germaphobes? I am not so great, but that is. Hold on a second. Ow! I just picked this up on my forehead. Now it hurts. Is that blood? Don't pick yourself on your head. Seriously, my scalp psoriasis is freaking killing me. Oh. Oh. Okay. So, where do I begin? I'll start by giving a bit of a context into this. So, Friday's my date for slash Saturdays, because I'm trying to make that the days I do I'm trying to do this on one of those days every so often. Once again, we have another Roger Deaton painting. This one is called "Return to the Center of the Earth." And this was used for the cover of a Rick Wakeman box set of a re-release of his famous live album, Journey to the Center of the Earth. Rick Wakeman's been revisiting a lot of his old albums with his Rick Wakeman, who's the greatest keyboardist in the world. Don't even try to tell me otherwise. He has been re-releasing a lot of his old albums, both live ones and studio ones, with newly recorded studio and expanded studio and or live versions of these albums in box set form. Like on my phone here, I have how many songs do I have on my phone? Real quick, let me look. 13,500, and 13, close to 13,500. So let me look up Rick Wakeman, because I know I have Rick Wakeman on my phone. Rick Astley shows up before Rick Wakeman. Yeah, I have the Myths and Legends of King Arthur on my phone here. Yeah, 44 minutes, 7 songs. Yeah. Then I have the expanded one he did for its anniversary, which is an hour and 23 minutes long, called The Myths and Legends of King Arthur. Maybe I'll do an episode with that album cover. Sometime. something with that, because that one also has a Roger Dean cover. Now, this doesn't explicitly have to be Roger Dean artwork. I just really like circle jerking Roger Dean's artwork, and so I want to explicitly cover Roger Dean artwork. You all understand that, right? So, yeah, that's actually like one of my favorite Roger Dean paintings too. His this is clearly, this looks more in line with his classic style with a little bit of elements you'd find in his more modern paintings. The I'm the first eight. I really wanted to do an episode. I was so close to doing an episode on the artwork, just on the artwork for the debut Asia album, or as it's called. I get these album names from Roger Dean's website, by the way. Asia Dragon. That's the official name of the painting, which is I'll talk about that another day when I do actually do an episode on that. That's inevitable, trust me. Like just like Thanos. But so, oh, dang. And so I eventually I plan on doing an episode on that eventually. But my favorite, this is gonna sound like heresy, but my favorite Asia album cover is not even one of the John Wetton era albums. So there's this album called Aria. It came out in 1994. It has John Payne on vocals. That's probably my favorite album he did with the band. Even though I know it's probably the most AOR ish kind of sounding album they've done. That's one of my favorite Asia tunes. Feels Like Love. It starts out as this kind of ballad about moving on through hardship, and then you get to this piano part, this piano only part with brief synthesizer accompaniment, followed by words of encouragement from John Payne, and before getting this really cheesy "Does It Feel Like Love" chorus for the rest of the song. I want to do an episode with the Aria painting. It's sad to think, but the Aria painting, the paint. I don't know if it's officially called the Aria painting. I'm just referring to it as that because that was the Roger Dean's artwork was using that. That's my favorite Roger Dean painting ever as well. Not because of its association with the album. I just love the artwork. It shows this cliffside with the small little formation of rock, with the small little rock thing sticking out from it, in front of some city. And there's some city in the background on the water. It just looks sublime. Now, this is just this stream is me doing general talking stuff, but it's also me talking about how amazing Roger Dean is. Seriously, this man has a YouTube channel, and he did. Okay, so I want to do an episode on this as well. Since the last time I streamed, Roger Dean did the painting for another album, one I bought day one actually. So Asia keyboardist Jeff Downs did session work with this band, run by a former Buggles bandmate of his, Trevor Horn. This band's called the Producers, and it was made up of producers. Nowadays, they're just called the Trevor Horn Band. But Chris Braid was a part of this band, and they met during their time both working in the Producers. Jeff Downs being a session musician, and they did this. And the video "Killed the Radio Star" was one of, I think it actually was Chris Braid's favorite song. He's talking about how it's probably the greatest pop song ever written, and he asked Jeff Downs, "What if we made a modernized version of this '80s synth pop kind of sound?" And so they did a collaborative effort of just them two, and called the Downs Braid Association. And as the albums go on, they get more and more guest musicians from other groups like the B-52s, doing like little bits of session work and whatnot here and there as guest appearances. And Roger Dean did the album cover for the third album, Skyscraper Souls, in 2017. And during lockdown, they made a fourth album, which I think might be their best album. It has a little bit of folk kind of influence, a little bit of folk influence in there, but it's not like cringy or anything. The album, I recommend you check out these two brilliant songs from there. Your Heart Will Find a Way and She'll Be Riding Horses. Both those songs are great. She'll Be Riding Horses is a song about moving on to heaven, actually. You wouldn't expect that from the song. The song was just sublime. But Roger Dean did the album cover for that. It's called Searching for Heaven's Live, I think. Because, that's what he titled the painting, though he uploaded the process. I recommend you look at the painting and not just check out the album, but look at the painting for it. Because Roger Dean actually did a whole thing on YouTube during the pandemic where he was streaming live on Facebook and YouTube him painting the album. So you get to see the goat. Yeah, I'm calling him the goat now. You get to see the goat's style, and you get to see the goat like unveil his secrets. The secret kind of like you get to see him paint. You really get to see him. My cursor's stuck in the thing. It's not important. You get to see him how his process is nowadays, anyways. How he blends pencil sketches. The way he paints trees blew me away. When I saw how he painted trees, how he actually paints the trees as part of the background, and he paints the outline, the part around the trees, how he actually paints the area around the trees, making the branches part of the color he was painting around. It's just very clever. I'm doing an episode on the Searching for Heaven's live painting. He's in the thing he originally called a Halcyon. It makes sense because the album ended up being called Halcyon Hymns. DBA is fantastic. I'm more of a metalhead kind and AOR kind of fanatic personally, but I like a little bit of electronic stuff here, like Depeche Mode, and that just scratches my itch perfectly. I have a really niche itch for synth pop, for 80s synth pop done with modern aesthetics and production, and that's the only thing that scratches. Everything else that's like that probably sucks. I don't know because I haven't heard it, but that's just I'm just giving out a very. Moving on, there's this joke that people have, like, no one's thinking about the cringy thing you did 12 years ago, except you. Everyone said, and yeah, like, maybe no one is thinking about it except me. Uh-oh, hold on a second. Something wrong with my stream here? Uh-oh. We do not receive enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Open widget. Crap. Oh, okay, is it going now? Visual experience buffering. Uh-oh. I don't know what's going on here, but apparently my streaming quality is poor. Okay, so people say, like, no one's thinking about that cringy thing you did a few years ago except you. Well, I know that, but it doesn't make it hurt any less in my head. So, when I was in the first grade, I have no positive memories in the first grade. Absolutely none. Every memory I have in that first grade is just pure evil, torture, horrible. Uh-oh. KBS is terrible right now. It's in the red. It's in the danger zone. Okay. So I have no positive memories associated with the first grade. And back in the first grade, I don't remember how or why, but they had this thing in the school where you could buy presents for your parents. And so I don't remember what I bought my mom, but here's why I remember what I bought my dad. So I saw his OSU golf tag, and my dad likes OSU. And my dad likes OSU. I'll get this. Like, does your dad golf? And I go, no. You probably should give him something else. Like, okay. And I buy it anyways. It's all right. I get it. It's Christmas rolls around. So Christmas rolls around, and we're opening gifts. I don't remember his reaction to it. But fast forward a year and a half. I'm 7 and a half, I think. It was about a year and a half later. And I look under the couch. I'm looking for a Thomas train of mine. And then I look under there, and I see the OSU golf tag I bought my dad. And I looked at it for minutes. Several minutes. Minutes I'll never get back were spent staring at it. Because a rush of emotions flooded me. None of them positive emotions either. Oh. None of these were happy emotions. Okay, so if the internet's sucking right now, it's been sucking all weekend. I bought a Quiet Riot album. It was called QR3, and I tried the downloading process of it to my phone was very. It took each individual song took like 2 or 3, maybe even having these as 128 kbps MP3s. Okay, so that's like 4 or 5 megabytes each. Oh, now we just had 0 kbs for. Oh, that's great. But okay. So after looking at that, I just realized, like, I don't know, a piece of my soul probably died a piece of my soul died that day. And my dad, I can't recall a single memory I have of my dad golfing. In fact, okay, I know for a fact he knows what golf is, but I wouldn't be surprised if he never even set foot on anything golf related in his entire life. Oh no, we did mini golf on a day out with Thomas. We did together when I was 12. Oh, I'd say that right now. If only he had an OSU golf tag an awesome son bought him years prior. Okay. I'm focusing way too much on the golf tag here. I'm focusing way too much on the golf tag. Let's move on. Talks of the golf tag are making me sad. Ugh. So, So I was talking with actually speaking of my dad, I was talking with him the other day. And I was talking with him the other day. We were talking about music because my dad probably gets lonely driving on the road for hours at a time every day. And so we talk for like 4 or 5 hours almost every weekday. That's not even an exaggeration. We spend like 4 or 5 hours of our weekdays on the phone with each other. And we were talking, and he... Oh, okay. So we were talking, and then... Oh, okay. This is hard for me to bring up. Okay, maybe I should change the subject. No. I mentioned this, girl. I gotta be committed. Okay, so... Oh. Okay, I'm sorry. This is something I've kind of blocked out of my head until now. Okay, so this wasn't that long ago. This was like just last week. So we were talking, and we were talking, and he made a joke about he made a joke about he made a joke about him being the BBW king, and that was something my brother started. And the same day, I sent him a mashup because we like to send each other mashup videos from time to time. It was a mashup of Gloria Gaynor's "I Will Survive" and "Rainbow in the Dark" by Dio. Then I sent it to my dad, and it has footage of both the music video for "I Will Survive," which is a great music video, and the best music videos, and then my dad calls me later after a matchup he sent me, and I go, "Yeah, pretty awesome, right?" And Dad goes, "Yeah, I forgot how hot Gloria Gaynor was." I'm like, and then later to the next day, I sent him another mashup. This was a same guy made this mashup. This mashup was Donna Summer, who's someone I, by the way. I was actually disappointed I didn't do a Black History Month thing. I was actually disappointed I wasn't doing a Black History Month type thing. Because I would have written it about Donna Summer. Maybe I'll just write something better anyways. I just want the excuse. And so, I sent in this mashup of Donna Summer's "Bad Girls," one of her best songs. And it was a mashup of that and Danzig's "Mother," where it was mostly just the instrumental from "Bad Girls" put to "Mother," basically making "Mother" a disco song. And I sent it to my dad, and then he calls me later, the day I sent it. Okay, and as usual, he usually calls me every weekday, and when I asked him if he saw it, and he said it was great. My dad's a huge Danzig fan, so yeah, I thought you'd like it. And then he started going on about how hot Donna Summer was. Okay, I'll admit, I'll give him a break here with this. Donna Summer was a bit of a sex icon in the 70s, a female sex icon in the 70s, until the 80s when she became a Christian, like a super hardcore Christian. In fact, the song "It's Raining Men" was actually recommended to Donna Summer before before she mailed the songwriters a Bible because she was so offended by it. Not a joke. It's raining men. I'm afraid maybe I'll send my maybe if I'll avoid sending my dad any mashups of the Weather Girls because I'm afraid he'll talk about he'll say something about them. Speaking of the Weather Girls, we probably have all heard "It's Raining Man." It's a great song, but did you know that they have basically a Christmas version of it called "Santa Claus Bring Me a Man"? I think the Weather Girls were better when they called themselves Two Tons of Fun. When they were the Weather Girls, they opened up most songs with "Hi, hi, we're your Weather Girls." Ugh. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a job this summer. I'm going to be doing a job this summer. Part of the reason I started this was something to distract me of the crippling fear that my summer job was taken from me because of the commie cough. So active less. I know I'm trying to get this on a more consistent thing. It'll be active less after I get it more consistent. Probably when I start my summer job and so I'm really happy about that. I'm gonna do my summer job again. I'm gonna get paid. I'm gonna get paid $5 an hour for work. I'm gonna get paid $5 an hour for 6 hour days. And considering it's a fun job too, I'm not even mad. I'm getting paid less than minimum wage. I'm happy. I'm just happy to be able to I'm working for a summer camp, a summer day camp, and I'm happy to just be. I'm happy to just be involved in the camp I used to go to as a kid growing up. That camp was awesome. My oldest brother, he actually painted the lines in the parking lot at the church it takes place at the camp is at. And I was like, no one will ever know. And every time I see kids like on the four squares, I'm always like, no one will ever know the fact that the paint here was done by my brother. Of course, that was like 10 years ago. They probably got someone to repaint it at this point. I don't know. I mentioned that my brother painted them, and I mentioned that my brother painted them, and my boss Laura's like mentioned her daughter painted them before too. Well now I feel less special, and I avoided telling my brother because I thought like, oh well, he'll probably feel less special if I tell him. He's not the only one to have painted them. And again, who would have painted them back in like when the church first opened? Apparently, I don't remember. I don't know the whole story, but he was wearing an actual San Quentin prison jumpsuit while he painted it, and he wasn't allowed inside. I don't remember if they let us play outside that day because I think they actually thought he was a real dangerous convict. My brother wouldn't hurt a fly. Actually, that's not true. He did like an MMA. He did like one MMA fight. But my mom is no criminal by any means. He's a nice guy. And they wouldn't let him inside for a water or anything. Because they thought he was a dangerous criminal. I mean, I think this was after my brother's buff. He's like yoked, jacked. And I think this was like when he started working out, like a year or two after he had started working out. So he was muscular. And I think people were just like, oh, that's a dangerous convict. You don't want the kids going out there. He's gonna abduct one of them or hurt someone. Or maybe you hold them hostage and go, I ain't doing no community service. Ugh. I still wonder the implications of that. I still wonder why did he have to do that in a San Quentin prison outfit? I want to know. Like I get it. You don't want to you don't want to wear clothes that you'll get dirty. But my grandpa gave him the San Quentin outfit for him to wear while I did that too. And